Well, I want to make a short video now on out-of-body travel or astral projection, the soul separation of your soul, actually, of the soul matrix and the body. Here's a short clip now of the different books. Well, if you want to induce out-of-body travel, then you should have to read about it. I believe this is also good. I don't have personally this book, but this one has really has good recensions. Astrodynamics, the complete book of out-of-body experiences. Astrodynamics. The book that I read is Out of Body, Adventures Beyond the Body by How to Experience Out-of-Body Travel by William Buhlman. If you've ever wondered what might lie beyond the reality we experience every day, if you ever thrilled to accounts of out-of-body travel and longer to go along for the ride, this fascinating practical guide is for you. America's leading expert on out-of-body travel tells the riveting story of his travels to other realms and offers easy-to-use techniques to guide you on the journey of a lifetimes and beyond. So this is my book, my standard book that I used to induce out-of-body travel in 2007. Another book that I've read is Robert A. Moreau, Journeys Out of the Body. Again, you have to read a lot about this subject to make your mind prepare. To make your mind ready for to make this actually possible. Your mind has to accept that this is a possibility. Astrodynamics, Adventures Beyond the Body by William Buhlman, and so on. Well, I prefer Out of Body, Adventures Beyond the Body from William Buhlman. I recommended it so many times already to so many people. If you really want to experience out-of-body travel, you have to read about it. And for 10 euros or $12, it's really cheap, so I suggest you buy it. I personally had the most the most success actually, to induce out-of-body projection by autosuggestion. I had a diary, a dream log actually, that I wrote in every morning after I woke up to recollect what I had. And before falling asleep, I suggested to myself, now I want to sleep one cycle, and wake up and experience an OBE. And you're suggesting to yourself or programming yourself to do this. And I was very successful at it. It took me about 2 to 3 weeks to have my first out-of-body experience. And it's autosuggestion. Once you wake up after one cycle, mostly after 2.5 hours or 3 hours maximum, or depending on how long your cycle is, you wake up, and then while you fall back asleep, then it is the time to slip out of your body. Suggest to yourself again, now I want to drop into sleep practically and have an OBE. Keep doing this. I also, back then, in 2007, I meditated a lot also. In meditation, you can expand your awareness or consciousness and also induce an OBE, but I did not succeed during a meditative state to induce an out-of-body travel. I had the most success actually at night after one sleeping cycle and suggesting it to myself over and over again. And writing a log. You have to remember about it, because once you're outside of your body, you feel it. Sometimes you feel like a vibration over your entire body, and even you hear sounds even. And once you're outside of your body, it's difficult actually to stay outside of your body, because you're connected to your body with a so-called cord or silver cord. Your body is practically your possession. Yeah. And once you're outside of your body, it's difficult because everything that you think tends to materialize in front of you. If you think about your body or opening your eyes, it's actually relating to your biological eyes in your body. So you will open your eyes and wake up again in your body. So again, autosuggestion, reading about this, reading about Vedic sciences, seeing that there's a reality, a frequency-based reality, that the true reality is 14-dimensional, frequency-based. I read the part of the Vedas, like Armin Rizzi. Hold on, here are a couple of books. Armin Rizzi, God and the Gods, Armin Rizzi, World Turning, and so on. I read the books about ancient Vedic history, Vedic knowledge, and for me it was more and more a reality that there's a reality beyond this one, and that it is frequency-based, and that it is actually a birthright to separate or to have OBEs or astral projection. The ancient Egyptians actually used their pyramids to induce out-of-body travel. And they communicated actually with ET civilizations or higher frequency-based life forms like angels or even God. So for me, auto-suggestion worked, a dream log, reading about it, using the techniques like in the book from William Bullman. He has multiple techniques to induce out-of-body travel. Again, it's a great book. It's like for $13, $12 or something, I believe, really cheap, and it gives you a systematically step-by-step guide to induce it. And you don't have to be let down. You first, once you start trying, you'll have more and more dreams, more and more aware dreams. And you have to write these dreams down because they're actually a feedback loop on how you can progress spiritually. That's what I did. I used my dream log to analyze the lucid dreams or the weird dreams that I had, and even OBEs. I wrote down my OBEs as a feedback loop to make it even more and more and more, and to grow spiritually and to expand in that fashion. Now, out-of-body and astral projection is our birthright. The powers that be that control us suppress this type of knowledge for us not to know that we have an eternal soul. Because if we would know that we have an eternal soul, we would be no longer under their fear control of the fear of death, as an example. Ancient civilizations like the ancient Greek Empire, the ancient Egyptian Empire, the ancient Babylonian Empire, the ancient Sumerian Empire, the high priests knew of this reality, and their high priests also communicated with the gods. That is why in these ancient cultures, before they were corrupted by the same people that corrupt us, had this insight into the higher knowledge, higher sciences, multi-frequency based dimensions, had contact to the gods. And there's actually an entire spectrum of gods. There's one ultimate god, so-called overhead or heavenly father. He's the over-god, like what's his name again in Greek mythology? Zeus or Kronos. Kronos was the father of all gods, and there are multiple arrays of multiple, it's like one big huge family up there. And the ancient priests of ancient Egypt had contact with the gods, and they could also use their psionic powers to levitate matter. That is how you can explain that the ancient Egyptian priests levitated these huge colossal stones, some weighing even hundreds of tons, with their minds, with their psionic powers. We have actually a very, very low power with our minds right now. We're being kept at a very low level. But if we would know how powerful our minds are and how to use this, to implement this fully, we would be an incredibly advanced civilization. We're being dumbed down by TV and media, and they keep brainwashing us with the fact that astral projection, OBEs or out-of-body travel, telepathy, telekinesis, teleportation, levitation, all these psionic abilities that actually masters like Buddha experienced or did, are all falsities or all wrong, are all from fairy tales and are all not right. That's what they were trying to tell you. That they're trying to tell you that this reality actually, that the world is multidimensional, that the universe is multidimensional, that these psionic powers are possible, they suppress and actually make fun of it in the TV and the mass media. Because they want you to believe that science, which is actually suppressed science, because it's just a conformal view on everything, geology, medicine, physics, chemistry, this is all very conformal. I'm not saying that they do not work, but they are within certain parameters of only the material realm, and anything that goes beyond it is deemed unscientific, based on illusions, based on falsities and all such stuff. So again, to induce out-of-body travel, you have to read about it, get the book. It worked for me by writing down a blog and suggesting to myself over and over again that I want to experience this, and actually made contact with etheric entities, and I learned how to commute with the spirit world in this fashion. Actually, my soul got cleansed with the help of 2 or 3 female entities from the other world. They actually cut through me, and I saw it shining. I saw myself shining in the light while they were doing this, and this gave me the ability practically to communicate with these entities when they visit me by thought transference. It's practically talking, but via thoughts. I no longer practice OBEs. Right now it's non-locality. Sometimes I have remote viewing actually, or non-locality means that you see the place at the same time. It's like you're out there of your spirit body and you see it happening. It's more and more that it happens for me often now, that I actually experience certain things to learn certain stuff. And I went past this threshold of learning by only reading books. I learn now through intuitive knowledge, by experiencing things. I experience how it is to be evil, by being put under duress, incredible duress, nearing torture actually. But I had to experience evil by becoming evil. Then these etheric entities exchanged my emotional body with a brand new one, well, with a clean slate, and I returned to normal. During this evil state, I wanted to destroy everything. I hated every bird. I hated God. But I had to experience it to understand it, that these evil people, evil entities that rule over us in this world and beyond, cannot be debated with, you cannot work with them diplomatically. They want us all destroyed. They want God to be destroyed. They want the creation to be destroyed. Numerous times in the past, these elitists tried destroying this planet by igniting a nuclear war. And numerous times, UFOs, the Imperial Germans for power, stopped them by paralyzing the ICBM launching facilities. It is their wet dream actually to create one huge global holocaust or sacrifice of souls. They've built up underground cities, so they're expecting some type of cataclysmic event or Armageddon. Anyhow, I just wanted to speak. I made this video. I was like, somebody posted a message to me asking how you induce out-of-body travel. Well, I had experiences again by writing down everything in a dream log, every experience. When you're outside of your body, it's really difficult to transfer your knowledge of your soul to your brain, to your biological body. You have to, outside of your body, you have to give yourself the orders actually. If you wake up and you're conscious, but you're not in your body and your eyes are closed, then you have to give yourself the order to open, I want to see, as an example. But not to open up your eyes, because it might be that you jump back inside your body. Or, I want to fly, or I want a clarity. Once I also had 360-degree vision. It's all possible. Once you're in soul form or in the soul matrix form, essence, you can actually go into the different forms of your higher soul. And once I was like this one ball, being able to look in all directions at the same time and hearing everything and seeing everything in incredible clarity. That was an OBE I had at my grandmother's place a long time ago. Again, buy the book by William Buhlman, Attention to the Young Body, read about it. I suggested Dr. Monroe books as well, and even that book. If you have the money, get as many books as you can on this. The ones that I showed you, it's a good reference point. And even study alternative realities, like Vedic sciences or Vedic knowledge, knowing that this universe is a frequency-based dimension where practically the soul existence is a reality, and you can actually, in this reality, you can explain that there are ghosts, poltergeists, entities, demons, angels, gods. All these entities exist in this multidimensional frequency-based universe. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers, and if you have any questions, just post it on a comment below. I'll try to answer as good as possible. Okay? Cheers.